welcome to my new video about history of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia traces its roots back to the earliest civilization of the peninsula. Over the centuries, the peninsula has played an important role in history as an ancient trade center and as birthplace of Islam, one of the world's mature monotheistic religions. Since King Abdulaziz Al Saud established the modern Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in 1932, its transformation has been astonishing. In a few short decades, the kingdom has turned itself from a desert nation to a modern, sophisticated state and a mature player on the international stage. The history of Saudi Arabia as a nation-state began with the emergence of Al Saud dynasty in Central Asia in 1727 and the subsequent establishment of the Emirates of Diyara, pre-Islamic Arabia. The territory that constitutes modern Saudi Arabia was the site of several ancient cultures and civilizations. The prehistory of Saudi Arabia shows some of the earliest traces of human activity in the world. Second largest religion, Islam, emerged in modern-day Saudi Arabia. In the early 7th century, the Islamic prophet Muhammad united the population of Arabia and created a single Islamic religious polity. Following his death in 632, his followers rapidly expanded the territory under Muslim rule beyond Arabia, conquering huge and unprecedented swathes of territory, from the Iberian Peninsula in the west to modern-day Pakistan in the east, in a matter of decades. Arab dynasties originated from modern-day Saudi Arabia founded the Rashidun Caliphate from 632 to 661, Umayyad after that to 715, and after this Abbasid to 1517 and Fatimid to 1171, as well as numerous other dynasties in Asia, Africa, and Europe. The area of modern-day Saudi Arabia formerly consists of mainly four distinct historical regions. This includes Hijaz and Najd and Southern Arabia, Asir, and Eastern Arabia, Al-Ahsa. The modern Kingdom of Saudi Arabia was founded in 1932 by Abdulaziz bin Abdul Rahman, known in the West as Ibn Saud. Abdulaziz united the four regions into a single state through a series of conquests beginning in 1902. With the capture of Riyadh, the ancestral home of his family, Saudi Arabia has since been an absolutely monarchy, governed along Islamist lines. Saudi Arabia is sometimes called the land of two holy mosques in reference to Al-Masjid al-Haram in Makkah al-Mukarramah and Al-Masjid al-Nabawi in Madinat al-Munawwara, the two holiest places in Islam. Petroleum was discovered on March 3, 1938 and followed up by several other finds in the eastern province. Saudi Arabia has since become the world's second largest oil producer behind the US and world's largest oil exporter, controlling the world's second largest oil reserves and the sixth largest gas reserves. From 1902 until his death in 1953, Saudi Arabia's founder and father Abdulaziz bin Abdul Rahman ruled the Emirates of Riyadh from 1902 to 1913, and after that the Emirates of Najd and Hassa to 1921, the Sultanate of Najd to 1926, the Kingdom of Hijaz and Najd to 1932, and as the King of Saudi Arabia from 1932 to 1953. Thereafter, six of his sons in succession have reached over the kingdom. The first and largest son is Saud ibn Abdulaziz. The immediate success of Abdulaziz faced opposition from the most in the royal family and was eventually deposed. The second one is Faisal, replaced Saud in 1964 until his murder by a nephew in 1975. Faisal presided over a period of growth and modernization fueled by oil wealth. Saudi Arabia's role in the 1973 oil crisis and the subsequent rise in the price of oil dramatically increased the country's political significance and wealth. The Khalid, Faisal's successor, reached during the first major signs of dissent. Islamist extremists temporarily seized control of the Grand Mosque in Makkah al-Mukarramah in 1979. The next one is Fahad, becoming the king in 1982. During his reign, Saudi Arabia became the largest oil producer in the world. However, international tensions increased when the country allied itself with the United States and others. In the 1991 Gulf War, in the early 2000s, the Islamist opposition to the regime carried out a series of terrorist attacks. Number 5. Abdullah succeeded Fahad in 2005. He instituted a number of mild reforms to modernize many of the country's institutions and to some extent increased political participation. The present king and the number 6 is Salman, becoming king in 2015 after the death of Abdullah. At the age of 79, he oversaw the organization of the Saudi government and bestowed most of the king's political power into the crown prince, whom he replaced twice. And current crown prince and prime minister of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, effectively controls the government. Mohammed bin Salman has been responsible for the conventional Saudi intervention in the civil Yemen. He has overseen a number of legal and social reforms in the country, while also seeking to diversity of the economy with Saudi Vision 2030. I hope you like most of this video, so please subscribe the channel Muhammad Channel to the Islam and like and share.